Go! Lights, camera, action, let's go.
Action!
All,
Off.
nothing. We all say it together then.
Oh, yeah.
How can you be messing up? Come on now. Right. So I'm just wondering, what inspired you to write All or Nothing, the mod musical?
Well, All or Nothing, the mod musical, that I've been working on for quite a while. What inspired me to write it was the fact that I grew up in the 60s, and it was a fantastic time to grow up. It was, unless you were there, it was a time of excitement. It was a time when working class people wanted to make their mark on the world, and it was the first opportunity that we had, and there were like bands, the music, the fashion. You know, we had, like, especially from the East End where I come from, you know, we had David Bailey and all these different people who were around. And the Small Faces were the original mod band, and I loved mod because mod was the coolest. Being a mod was, it was like being a rebel in the sense that you weren't going to do what your parents did. And I mean, you think of like the 60s, and it was like coming out of the war, and then we had like rock and roll and stuff like that. And it was listening to a certain kind of music, which was R&B, and it was
R&B.
dancing, rhythm and blues. Not
like
the R&B
me and
now.
Mark love a bit of
yeah,
R&B.
I don't know. In fact, I don't think they should call it R&B. This was rhythm and blues music, and it was about, you know, being slick and cool and hip and different.
Right.
And creating your own style and saying, you know, I may come from a place that's got, you know, bomb sites, you know, and we're poor, but look how cool we are.
How long has it taken you to get from where you were when you started to being on the stage, big stage in London, on the West End? And have you got any tips for up-and-coming actors maybe, and people like me and Mark who are trying to make, you know, a bit of a success story ourselves?
I mean, when I first started, I was in a quite political theatre. It was like socialist theatre in the 70s. We were kind of alternative. I've always kind of like, you know, been for the underdog and gone the alternative route.
Make your own path, like.
And then, you know, so we used to actually take theatre out, and it was a real sort of revolutionary movement in the theatre in the early 70s, which has now kind of been assimilated into the mainstream. So what I didn't think about being famous. That wasn't my aim. My aim was to be a really good actress and to make my mark on the world and contribute and say something that made in my own way, made the world a better place.